What's going on, guys? It's Highlighted Miners here. So you just set up HiveOS on an SSD. If you don't know how to do so, I got a link to a video right here. But now it's time to set up your flight sheets. So now that we've already set up HiveOS on our SSD, and we set it up with our rig and turned our rig on, the next step is going ahead and logging into HiveOS. If you guys have not signed up for HiveOS, there is a link in the description below. It is a referral link, so it does help support the channel, and I appreciate y'all if you use it. So once you log into HiveOS, you'll be represented with this screen here. Now I already have a farm here. I can go into a full tutorial on this, but this specific video is just going to be talking about flight sheets. Now you can set up flight sheets here. Flight sheets here you can auto select on every single rig that you add after one. But if you just have one farm, you're going to go ahead and go into that farm. You'll see all the rigs that you have here. You can either set up flight sheets here, or you can actually go into that specific rig and set up flight sheets here. So let me talk to you guys a little bit about the flight sheet that I have set up. Now, one of the big mistakes that I made when I first started HiveOS is I did not realize that you could run two separate miners on one flight sheet, as well as you can run two separate coins on one flight sheet. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So if this isn't here, you're just going to go ahead and add a flight sheet, and it will give you this option. So again, you're going to want to select the coin that you want. We're obviously mining Ethereum on this. You can go ahead and select the wallet that you want. If you don't have a wallet, you're going to go ahead and click this here, enter the address, name the wallet, and you can save as a global wallet. That'll be on your account for any other rigs that you add. For the pool, when you're just starting out, I recommend that you use Hive Pool, because your first 4 rigs are free when using Hive Pool, so it's a great way to get started as a miner. Now when you go into the configure pool, you can select this auto here. I've had it on auto, and sometimes it does fail me. So if you see down here, enter URLs manually. I actually entered, this would be US East and US West as my backup. This is what I like to do just in case. I have had the auto fail me and it could not find the server when, let's say, the East goes down but the West is still up. So I prefer to put it in the advanced settings. If you're in the US, this is what I would use. Now, set up miner config. So there's a bunch of different algorithms. Obviously, we're doing Ethereum. Most of this should be auto-populated. Now, one of the things that you're going to want to do is this extra config. Alright guys, so if you click on this extra config here, it shows you what you're supposed to put when you're only using certain devices on your rig. Now, one of the reasons why I wanted to show you this one rig that I have as an example is because I do have 2 AMD cards on this and 3 NVIDIA cards on this. So in the flight sheet, you'll see, since I only have 1, 2, 3 AMD cards, when I go back into the setup config, it shows 0, 1, 2, 3. Now I did have a 4th card on here. I switched it over to one of my other rigs that's not on this HiveOS account, but that's why I have, you would put devices, and if you click on this, it'll autofill this for you. Devices 0, 1, and 2. That would be your 0, 1, and 2 devices. Okay. Now what I wanted to show you guys was, so obviously we're using 2 different miners here. We have a T-Rex miner, and the reason why we put 0, 1, and 2, because T-Rex miner is only utilized for NVIDIA cards. So even if the 570 was in the 1 or 2 slot, it wouldn't recognize it as a device because this miner does not utilize AMD cards. That's why we can put 0, 1, and 2. So again, guys, this is one of the big mistakes that I made when I first started, is not realizing I could run 2 different miners. I was running MB miner, which I don't advise. It's absolutely horrible. I had tons of issues with it. And then I realized that you can actually use T-Rex miner on your AMD or your NVIDIA cards and Team Red miner on your AMD. So again, you're just going to select a coin. Same thing with the wallet. Again, I'm using Hive On Pool because it's free for just this one rig, and I am using Team Red miner. As you can see, there is a little bit different of extra config when you're selecting devices. I just have 0 and 1 because I only have 2 AMD cards. Now when it comes to mining multiple coins, and I've done this in the past, you can actually select a different coin here. So let's say you wanted to go ahead and mine Raven. You can then put in your Raven address. You can configure the pool to whatever you want to mine. I believe I was using 2 miners, and then it will go ahead and show you this config here, right? So for us, we would want to use the US because that's where we're at, and then the miner settings would stay the same. Now obviously I don't want to make that change because I am mining Ethereum with these. But guys, this is something I did not realize when I first started, that you can actually set a couple coins, or excuse me, a couple of GPUs to different coins. And then you can also set a couple of GPUs to different miners. Of course, the miners will, obviously T-Rex miner only uses NVIDIA. Team Red miner uses AMD. There are some other other miners in here. Now, once you've completed this, you want to go ahead and click update. Now, update will say, hey, do you want to just go ahead and change this one worker if you're inside of the one worker that you're working on a flight sheet for? Or do you want to update all the workers in all of your farm? Now, I just have this one rig in this particular farm, but if I did have numerous rigs, then I would be able to update across all rigs all at once. I don't normally advise that you do flight sheets over your entire rigs unless you have a complete NVIDIA rig or a complete AMD rig, which is why I normally do mine inside of here. Once you click update, it'll restart and it will start mining the coins to the wallets that you selected and with the miners that you selected. As I stated, there is a HiveOS affiliate link in the description. If you don't mind using that, it does help support the channel. If you don't mind hitting that subscribe button to see more content like this, and go ahead and smash that like button because we know how much the YouTube algorithm likes it. As always, guys, stay safe, and we'll see you next time.